What's up, everybody? This is how we usually roll on the live stream. I haven't done it in a while, but we usually play a song or two before. So if anybody's new, I definitely get into the charts. But we play a little music. Been straight crushing in the market. Just straight crushing. One thing you can really take away from my YouTube is I trade patterns. So this is going to be a trade recap from today, as soon as the music's done, and then it'll be a live stream. If anybody misses it, you can definitely rewind it, but I usually jam out at least one song, kind of get the mood going.
I raised you 200,000. Damn.
What you gonna do, man?
I'm trying to get my trade on, man.
But I promise we only play one song.
Oh shit!
It's been a while since I've been on the mic during a live stream. But I got a lot of good content, a lot of good patterns that I've been seeing lately. I've been killing it in the market, just strictly patterns. So we'll play a little Biggie Smalls, and then we'll get in the charts. Have a few beers. If you got a beer, toast. It's the weekend. But for anybody new, I do have a lot of good patterns going on. Who doesn't love Biggie Smalls? I mean,
I can fill you with real millionaire shit. That's cargo, my cargo, 160, swiftly.
whoever threw that like out there, I definitely appreciate it. I'm really trying to grow this channel. I'm really trying to push my name out there. I definitely believe I can compete with some big names. I definitely have a different style than a lot of people's ever seen. And trade recaps and like what I see, I mean, definitely speaks for itself. We got a little bit of the music left, and then we'll definitely dig into the charts. So, if there's any questions, any comments, I'll throw them out there. If not, I'll just go through the trade recap, show you guys some patterns, and then yeah, we'll end the live stream there. But I figured I haven't done one of these in a while, so. All right. The music is done. So, if anybody's never really seen my channel before, it's Diesel Day Trading. My specialty in the stock market is patterns. That's what I normally trade. It's all patterns. So we'll definitely get into this first trade here. The first trade I took this morning was on DTSS. I have a video on that. So what I was looking at is this pattern right here. I've seen this quite a few times. Actually, if you look at the day before, it's the same pattern. When I was looking at this yesterday, I seen that there was potential. So when this candle opened up, if you watch the video, I really go through the trade. I got long at 432, and then I sold at in the 490s. And the only reason why I got into this trade is because of a pattern, and that pattern is right there. So this right here is the same pattern as this right here. So when I seen the stock close weak, like it literally closed weak, and I seen this right here, I was like, oh, all right, this thing spiked. So the next day when I seen the same pattern, I was like, this is exactly what's going to happen. Obviously, if you watch the video, you'll know. But here's a pattern that I learned today. You'll probably be like shocked. So if you look at this candle right here, let me pull up SGLC. Everybody knows this stock. So we're just going to compare these two stocks real quick. So what you're looking at is this candle, and what you're looking at is this candle. I actually went short DTSS at 413. So right here I went short, and then I covered. Well, let's see here, 375. Sorry about that. What led me to short this is there's two things. First, this candle. Second, it's the first red day on this pattern. This initial spike, it closed weak. This initial spike closed weak, and then this one, when I went long, and when it closed at this candle right here, that's what told me that it should be its first red day. So when that happened, I actually ended up shorting the same stock that I went long on. Hey Tron. So this candle right here, now here's what I want to point out. If you look at this candle right here on DTSS, look at this candle on SGLC. Obviously SGLC ripped, but my point is after this candle, look what it did. It sold off. Look what this did after this candle. It sold off. And that was my whole intention, is when I seen this candle, I was like, oh, little Diesel's here. When I seen this candle right here, I was like, that right there gave me the signal to short that stock. Even though I was long in the morning, I ended up shorting the stock. So these two candles right here, you definitely want to pay attention to. It's a really good short setup. And I know in a lot of my videos I've been going long. Well, I'm showing you right here that this candle right here is a really good short setup. So definitely remember that candle. It definitely stands out. And then on, let's see here, IO. Is there any questions? Looks like it's just trawling a little diesel on that candle. If not, I'll move to the next stock. So, on IO, actually, let me just pull up the one. IO. This pattern right here is a famous short pattern. I've seen this a bunch. I didn't take the shares. It sucks. But anything I can highlight is this pattern right here. If you see this in pre-market, it's a really, really, really good short opportunity. I wish I could definitely remember another stock that looked like this. But from here on out, if I see any kind of pattern like this again, I'm definitely going to be totally short biased. This is a really, really great short pattern. The volume's really light. Really light. 1.6, 3, 4. Yeah, super, super light. I definitely missed this opportunity, but I've seen the setup a bunch. That's a really great short pattern. So obviously, definitely remember this pattern. You'll see this pattern a bunch. Kind of flying through these. Verb. Now check this out. I just noticed this today. I wish I would have noticed it before. But one thing with me is I'm always learning. So one thing I notice on Verb is, look at this. So we go from 277 to 397. We pull back, and then it's an initial run. So if we kind of zoom out, so what I'm looking at is this pattern. What really stands out to me is SGLC. So look at this initial pop. It comes down, it pops back up, and then fades off, right? So the pattern that I'm really highlighting is this right here. Now, let me pull up SGLC, and I'm going to show you the same pattern. I just noticed this today. I wish I would have noticed it before, but I didn't. Let me get rid of some of these lines. So that is the same pattern as this. I owe a long time to wait for 30 cents, do you think? I'll definitely get back to IO in a second. I'm just, so, hang on a second. Let me go back to IO, and then I'll pull up these two patterns. So, on IO, your key area to short is right up in here. So if you're going from 220, my target would have been right here to 168. So my short would have been up here. My target's 168. So 220, yeah, it's 30 cents, but to me, it's the pattern. So on 1,000 shares, that's $300. 2,000 shares, $600. It doesn't have a lot of range, but the range isn't there, but the pattern is definitely there. So I mean, like, to make $300, that's a pretty easy trade. And the only thing I recognize is the pattern of that stock. Okay, I see it. Alright, so the one it's verb, right? Yeah, verb. ERB and SGLC. So verb's backside right here. So this is the same as SGLC's backside, is right here. And so this right here is the same pattern as this in my eyes. So this initial spike, and then when it went to red, it's the same pattern as SGLC. But I just noticed that today, so there's really nothing like I can say, hey, I wish I would have traded this. But this pattern right here is the same as this pattern right here. So a total short bias trade on this stock. And I definitely was long biased in the morning, but once I seen this pullback right here, it instantly reminded me of SGLC. Like, if you look at how hard that pulled back and how hard this pulled back, that's the same pattern. So like this now, it's kind of like the M. Like if you look at it as like moving lower, like you have the M right here, it's the same pattern. So like now, if I see a stock ripping up and I see a pattern like this, I'm definitely going to be total short biased on it now. So like this is a new pattern for myself right now. And with the volatility in the stock market, with the penny stocks, it can definitely you'll definitely see this pattern a lot. So this one is a new one that's definitely going to present itself to me in my eyes. But yeah, this was a really good short, and it's the same thing as SGLC. What do I think this stock's going to do? I think it's going to collapse. Why is that? It's just the same as SGLC. The only thing with SGLC is the volume is still present. Like, can it rip? Absolutely. I mean, you're still getting volume down here. So I definitely wouldn't take it for like, oh, it's done. But this and this is definitely the same pattern. So that's a new one that I learned today. So I was really pumped about that. DTSS first red day, SGLC same. So this pattern is a new one that I just learned. That DTTS. I highlighted before. This right here. This is definitely a new pattern that I just learned. All in all, it's been a killer week. A really killer week. Actually, a really killer 2 or 3 weeks. I've definitely been spot on with the trades. What I think the trades are gonna do. The consistency is like really going up, so I'm really proud that every day I trade, I'm learning. So, is there any questions? Now that I got the trade, so for today, I ended the day a little over $200 green again. Honestly, I don't know in the last 2 or 3 weeks if I've even had a red day. So the knowledge in trading is definitely growing. The patterns really stick out. It's been spot on trading. Anybody that's new, definitely check out the videos. I'm super proud of myself. Like, I'm definitely stepping the game up. The share size has to become bigger, but patterns are changing every single day. That's why sometimes it's like a $200-300 a day. Sometimes it's $1,000 a day. Like, the more confidence I have in the trade, the bigger share size I'll have. But is there any questions on anything to do with trading? One thing that I suggest is maybe I should do a Morris calling all plays. What I think's gonna happen. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Okay, man, what's happening? If you guys have why slow mode is on? It shouldn't be. Slow mode should not be on. No, it's not clicked on. Slow mode. It says slow mode's off on chat away. Since you short, do you think you're just hot right now because small caps are coming off? So what I would say is that what I trade on my channel is patterns. So I'm always looking for the next pattern. I'm never really in a big hurry to like short a stock, to go long a stock. What I'm more interested in is learning patterns. So like today on this right here, and then on VERB, like what I'm learning is patterns. Obviously any trader can lose, and I totally get that. Like if you think you're too good for the market will humble you, like for surely. So like my shorting is definitely slowed down a lot. Why is that? It's because of the patterns. Like the patterns are telling me that these setups are long bias trades. Even though I'm a short bias trader, I'm really cautious. Like for me to short a stock, it definitely has to be the backside. And that's why like I try to adjust to the market. So if the market's telling me like it's not short bias trades right now, I don't really want to short it. I really want to try to hold myself to see the backside of the move. And for me to see the backside of the move, I have to recognize a pattern. That's the only thing that's going to show me that backside of the move is a pattern. So if I don't recognize that pattern, I'm really cautious to short that stock. If that answers your question. Hopefully it does. I don't know. I think today was the first time I've shorted a stock in actually a while. If you've noticed on my videos, like I'm seeing the trends changing, I'm looking at patterns. So if the pattern tells me, hey, this is a great long in the morning, that's how I adjust. As I'm just going off the pattern. And I mean, any trader can be hot, and the market definitely will humble you. That's one thing in my trading is that I try to stay super humble. Like I don't think that like I'm the greatest trader out there. I just try to do what I do on a normal basis is. I look at patterns. Is there any questions on patterns? like what I see versus kind of like what you guys see. I know everybody trades different. Some people use VWAP, some people use indicators, some people use volume, some people, I mean, there's so many different ways to trade. And like with what I do on a daily basis is I'm always looking for patterns. Do you keep a playbook? Do you see any pattern in there? So like on Verb, judging off the volume, if the volume would die down, I would definitely say the run's over, at least for the next day. On SGLC, the volume is still present, so that stock can definitely, I mean, it's definitely holding the nines, so that stock can definitely rip. Do you keep a playbook? No, I don't keep a playbook. I visually just try to, like, every day, I'm looking for the stocks that are running, and then I'm judging off the pattern what them stocks are doing. So like when I don't know if you hear earlier, but when I seen this right here, it reminds me of this right here. So that's what my eye sees. My eye sees this is the same pattern as this. So like as soon as this red candle hit, my eyes, if I would have really paid attention to SGLC, this would have stuck out as a short because it's the same pattern in my eyes. So like when I traded DTSS, it was the first red day. So like this candlestick right here, when I went long, covered, or when I went long and sold, and then when this candle closed like this, that to me was a short bias trade. And it's only because of what this candlestick did. And then if you look at SGLC, it's the same candlestick. And what happened after that candlestick? The stock dropped. So this and this is what my brain sees. I just see a pattern. So when I seen this is a great short. When I seen this, that's a great short. So like I'm trading stocks that I'm putting my brain into the method of, hey, what does this pattern look like to you? And that's how I'll trade it. If this looks the same as this, that tells me that it's a short. Tells me that it's a short. So I think okay man left, which is fine. I stick to what I know in the stock market, and that's patterns. Is there any other questions out there? I went through the trade recap. I went through a couple patterns that I've just started learning. The long setups, the short setups. Actually, a couple short setups. This one, and then this one right here. And these, how about GLG pattern? Yeah, we can definitely talk about GLG. So, I went long this stock at 121. So I damn near top ticked this. So I went long at 121. And what I was expecting is that this either breaks 115. If it broke 115, I'm out of the trade, and that's where I cut the trade. So what I seen right here is this strong green, and what I'm looking at is something like this. I'm thinking if this stock holds another green, we're definitely going to 130, 139. But it definitely didn't hold the 121. So I got out of the trade at 115, and the stock fell. So my intentions were green, green, and then the way that these stocks are pushing in the morning, like something like this, is kind of what I was expecting. But it did the totally opposite, and then I just cut the trade. So yeah, this I thought was a long setup, and it definitely wasn't. So this was a $7 loss. Need to see you smaller. There we go. Yeah, February was a really good month. Super great month. Yeah, I mean, I definitely wish I could go back to February. That's all I was trading was patterns. Hopefully I'm a little bit smaller. So yeah, I thought this right here was the way the market was moving. This is definitely early in the morning. It's only 11 o'clock. I thought we were going to push higher. And then we didn't push higher, and then ended up collapsing, but it was a $7 loss. Really, really small loss. But all in all, it's been a killer couple weeks. Definitely super proud of the trading. Super proud of the pattern recognition. Definitely cannot complain about that. Like, besides a couple, a $7 loss right here, which is nothing. I think that the trading is definitely improving. I mean, everybody has their own opinion. My results definitely speak for themselves. Like, sometimes they're not huge, but it's green. It's green, 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 and it's just pattern recognition. Like. So I think it's me, Tron, and Little Diesel left. I think I maybe made OK Man angry or something. I don't know. But all in all, I can't complain. It's been a killer couple weeks. And I'm just gonna keep doing what I do every day on a daily basis. Just keep pumping out green trades, and eventually take the trading to a different level. So if there's no other questions, unless you guys have some, how about the SGLC today? SGLC today was so I was totally short biased right here because of the pattern, and then obviously the volume definitely came in. 1 million, 4 million, 6 million, 2 million. The volume definitely came back in. Can this stock spike even higher? Absolutely. Like, that's why I'm not in a big rush to short stocks that have volume like this. It's just like BLIN. Like BLIN all over again. So that's what if I would have shorted SGLC, it would have been this pattern right here. That's it. And then on this candlestick, I guarantee I would have cut the law. I would have got out of the trade. Because it's higher low, higher low, higher low. Like, and then this, it spiked. Like, I'm always watching the candlesticks. The candlesticks don't lie on the price action. So, like, this is higher. This is the lowest, and then higher and higher. And then the stock breaks out with volume. But if I would have traded it today, it would have been just... I probably would have covered in this candle right here. If not, probably right here. Because I would have noticed that the low of this candle is 1035, and the low of this candle is 1042. So the price is going up. If I would have shorted it, it would have been right in these two candles. I would have just been comparing it to DTSS. I mean, this was the same identical pattern to DTSS until right here, until the volume started coming back into the stock. So that's exactly how I would have traded that. I probably would have been covering on that. Either I'm guessing the second red candle because it's a higher low. But that first green candle right here, and then that red candle, that's the same pattern as DTSS. So if you look at this and you look at that, that's what I mean. If you look at this trade, it's lower high, lower high, lower high. This has a first initial, then it's higher low, higher low, higher low. RCAT. RCAT. What is RCAT? Oh, wow. I mean, to me, that looks like a super strong stock. And then, yeah, I mean, that's a huge sell-off. But, I mean, looking until after hours, I mean, that's super bullish until obviously right here. But the only red candle in here is at 10 o'clock, but it's just green, 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 green. You definitely have volume coming in. But I would have never predicted this at the end of the day, especially with that strong run up. I mean, that would throw me off. I definitely wouldn't say, hey, I'm going to short the stock by any means, just because of what it did all day. But yeah, that's super bullish. There's no pattern in here that would have told me, hey, let's short. And I mean, this is pretty hard to predict. 'Cause that's just straight up green. Hopefully I've answered the question, but yeah, I would have never shorted that. Well, looks like there's two of us left, just me and Tron. Market is slow now. Don't see much moving today. No, I don't really see too much either. The patterns are definitely in the morning, for sure. I don't see any big stocks moving afterwards. I really didn't check, but yeah, I really don't see too much. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys learned some new patterns. Hopefully you guys learned something from the live stream. But it seems pretty slow tonight, so I'll probably just end up cutting it, and then yeah, if anybody's curious, they can always rewatch it. I thought there's some really great patterns going out there. Definitely been spot on with the trading. Yeah, all in all, it's been a great week. Definitely can't complain. So I think I'll probably end the live stream right there. You guys can always rewatch the recap, but yeah, thought I'd jump on and do a little live session. All in all, great week, great couple weeks, great patterns, and yeah. Till next time, traders. Peace.